What's up, good people? Welcome to Duck Square Podcast, where we talk about whatever, whenever. I am Trina, and I'm here with my good friend, Reginald. How are you doing, Reginald?
You just won't do right. You trying to get me to laugh at the beginning of the episode. I swear. I'm over here letting you chill. And here you go. But I'm doing great,
They
Autrina.
look like buns.
You know what? We're gonna start doing this without video. Watch. But
No,
hey,
no, no,
Trina,
no, no,
I'm
no.
doing great. Okay, I'm doing great. How are you doing tonight?
I'm
Other than
doing-
being a clown.
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. How was your week, friend?
It was okay week. It was all right. It was busy. Busy. And I'm not one of those people who just like to say they're busy. It actually was, and. But other than that, it was cool.
Busy in what
Had a
way? If you don't mind me asking.
had a good work week, which is not something I had in a while.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, in a work week, y'all, I've had good weeks,
Oh,
but your boy,
okay.
your boy wasn't working for a minute. I took some time off to figure out what I wanted to do next, and
To find
now I'm
yourself.
I'm doing something. Yeah, sure,
You
we'll
took
go
you
with
took
that.
some time off to go and backpacking and doing yoga and just finding yourself. And then you got back and it was like boom, a job's here for you. Right?
That is a total lie. That would have been cool though, but except for I don't like being outside like that, and I
That's true.
don't really want to do yoga.
You
But
used
yeah,
to?
things change. I did hot yoga once; it was cool. But yeah, so but yeah, it was a good week overall. Just worked, did some stuff for the podcast, of course. Shout out to everybody who listened to the last episode. We really appreciate y'all. What did you do this week? You still down in Flowmation, Alabama?
I am. What did I do this week? I did a lot of ATV
And I
riding.
said Flowmation as a joke, y'all. So you'll be like, "Where's Flowmation?" It's
And then
Flomaton.
go look for it on the map.
Go ahead.
But yeah, no, I did a lot of ATV. Like I basically have ridden ATVs every day this week. Spend a lot of time sitting on the porch. It's like we really go from the living room watching TV to the porch, back to the living room, back to the porch. And one day, I kid you not, we were on the porch for like hours, just chilling. Got my little blanket, laid out in the grass, and watched stuff on my iPad. So I'm just chilling out, relaxing, and doing my thug thizzle.
Yeah, I saw you posted some videos on your Instagram. That was cool.
Yeah.
AT Wash 101 if y'all want to see her ride around ATVs and whatnot.
Side note, let me just say, the last time I went riding ATVs when I was home, I lost the contact.
Oh my gosh.
And I definitely thought about it as we were riding because I couldn't find my goggles. And I was like, Lord, please don't let my other contact meet its demise.
Man, that would have been a tragedy for sure.
Mhm.
Well, I'm glad you did not lose that other contact because that would have been a problem because we need you to be able to see.
Sure thing.
But yeah, but like I was saying earlier, shout out to everybody who listened to the last episode. I want to give a special shout out to my friend Crystal who hit me up today. She was just hitting me up to check in on me. There you go. She was just hitting me up to check in on me, which I always appreciate when people check in on me. But she was just letting me know that she's really been enjoying the podcast. So Crystal, thank you for listening in and keep on giving me that feedback. Keep me going. I know you're going to support me like you always have. So I just wanted to give you a shout out. And
We thank you once. We thank you twice. We thank you, thank you, thank you.
Here we go. All right.
I'm sorry,
So,
I cut you off. What were you about to say?
You didn't go. It's fine. It's fine. Just go roll with it. But yeah, I was texting her saying that we were getting ready to record, and she was like, "Go on and be great." And I was like, "I don't even know what we're talking about this week." And so she hit me with this question, which is, a simple question, but I think it's good for reflection. And I said, maybe we start asking this question every week, just like we check in and say, "How's your week been?" and all this and that.
Okay.
So, what made you smile this week?
I like that. First of all, also let me just say that I like that she was like, go be great or whatever you just said. That's
Yeah, that's
really
man.
cool. That's
Crystal's
very
awesome, man.
positive.
She's
Um,
awesome.
What was the question?
What made you smile this week?
What made me smile this week? Okay, let me just choose one thing.
Yeah, I know. I was saying it's gonna be a good question for you because you're at home with family, so I
Yeah.
know it's so much.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I just got chills. Got a little, my heart was touched just then. What made me smile this week? Just being around my family made me smile. You know?
Yeah, the
Like
baby and everything.
like Noah, he's silly. He is a silly Billy. Noah and Austin and Michael, they
The
are,
not so babies,
yeah, they're not so babies.
the
And
former babies.
right. And my parents, my sisters, my brother, like it was, and then even my, like my extended family as well. I saw a couple of them. So, just family in general made me smile this week.
Oh, okay,
What about you?
cool.
What made you smile?
I mean, so I got it bad. So my son Ian did call me. He FaceTimed me one night, and he just did his regular old things. Like, I just called to check on you, and it just still get me every time. I'm always looking for him to ask for something, which he didn't. But that always makes me smile because I've spoke about it before. Just our relationship and how I really appreciate what I've been trying to build with him since I first laid eyes on him. So it always makes me smile if he hits me up. He's like, "Oh, I just called him to check on you, Daddy." So yeah, that made me smile this week.
I love you,
And
Daddy. You know how you talk.
yeah, I love you, Daddy. Yeah, and that's always
I
been like,
love his voice. You
yeah,
don't hit us with that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but and it's always cool, and he's not want to be shy about telling his dad he loves him. Like when we're in the Xbox, we on the party in Xbox on the Xbox, before he get off, he always tell me he love me. So, I just want to make sure that always stays with him. So he always give people flowers while they're here. And he'll continue to tell his pops he love him, because we can't let masculinity get in the way. But yeah, that's something that made me smile this week.
Awesome. I like that. We should definitely, Crystal, thank you for that. Like we should definitely do that. And now, you know what, Crystal? I want to know what made you smile. Like all of our listeners can answer that question, but specifically, Crystal, I'm curious to know what made you smile this week.
So hit us up on the Instagrams and stuff. I mean, of course, you could text me, but just share it on Instagram. That'll be better, I think.
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, shout out to you.
Yep.
So what we talking about this week, friend?
Well, friend, I got a good one for you. Okay. So right now, we're in a climate where washing your hands is really important. And let me just say that washing your hands are really important um, in general, every day, you know?
Yes.
So maybe 2 weeks ago, my sister sent us this video to our group. And I watched the video. And the video was from the talk show The Real, where you have Lonnie Love, Tamara Housley, Jeannie Mai, and Adrienne Ballon Holton. I finally got her last name right. I never said it
I
right.
always forget that last name.
Yeah.
So no shade, no shade, no shade. I mean,
Silly.
let me clear that up. Let me clear that up because I don't want people to say I'm throwing shade because I know it was some stuff surrounding her relationship and all that. It's just I always known her as Adrienne Bayon, but whatever her name is, the 3LW girl. What not 3? Who is she with?
She's 3LW and Cheetah Girl.
Oh, okay. My
Yeah.
bad.
Friend, wait. Why would you say something like that? Because that just made me think about even more stuff.
Oh well, let's one thing at a time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just
Well, no, I'm gonna actually come back to it because it just made me. I'm coming back to it. Remind me of that. I'm not gonna dive deep into that, but it's to make a point about this particular thing.
okay.
Okay. So yeah, so in the video they were talking about the importance of washing your hands. Tiffany Haddish partnered with, I can't remember what it's called, but we'll put it in the show notes. But basically, it's about getting people to wash their hands. And she did like a surveillance thing of people coming out of the bathrooms without washing their hands, and that's how they got on the topic of it. They had a young lady on the show, like via video, and she was talking about it too, but I don't remember them introducing her. So I don't know who she is, but I will find out, to give her flowers, because she was basically talking about the importance of, just good hygiene, because that's what it is, right? So they were just talking, talking, talking. Then Adrian goes, "Do you guys wash your hands when you use the bathroom at home?" Reg, let me ask you, do you wash your hands? You don't even got to go into it unless you want to. Do you wash your hands when you use the bathroom at home?
Yes, without fail.
Number one and number two, or just number one, just number two?
Yes, without fail.
And I know that you are not lying, because I have seen this for myself, right? So, she said that they all answered the question and said, yeah, of course, right? She says that she does not wash her hands when she used the bathroom at home. And everybody got disgusted. Like, everybody was like, why? Like, making faces, basically letting her know that she's freaking disgusting for not washing her hands when she goes to the bathroom. Somebody was like, "But you touch your butt." And she was like, "I don't touch my butt." Okay, if you don't know who Adrienne Barlone is, she was once a member, well, she's a member, former member of 3LW, also a cheetah girl. We're cheetah sisters. We stick together. You know them. She's curvy,
Mhm.
right? Friend, I ain't curvy.
So what you saying? She got a butt.
She
What
got a
you
butt.
saying?
She got a butt. Friend, I'm not curvy, but when I wipe, my hand touches my butt, the little bit that I got. I know hers is touching hers too, right? So she's like, her skin doesn't touch, like her hand doesn't touch her butt, the tissue does. Her skin never touches. This is number one and number two. It doesn't matter. She does not wash her hands. So um she was like, and I've heard her talk about not being a germaphobe before, which is okay. You don't have to be a germaphobe. But she goes to say that everyone in her house right now is sick. Talking about, I guess, her husband and her stepkids, her stepson, stepdaughter. Everyone in her house right now, they're both sick. I mean, they're all sick except for her. And she was like, "You know why? Because I let germs touch me," or whatever, something like that. So then she goes and tries to say, "Well, both my mom and my sister," I think she said, "works for some hospital or something like that. They work in healthcare." And she's saying that they both said that most of the time germaphobes are the people who get most sick because they don't allow their antibodies to go to work, which is true. But friend, people in her house are sick, could be sick because of her germs. You're not going to get sick from your own germs. I mean, you probably can, but it's more than likely that they are getting sick from your germs. You're the one spreading the germs. So let's talk
I
about that.
mean,
And then we're going to
we
come
don't even
back.
have to get into all of that. Like, that's just nasty.
It's just
It's just
nasty.
poor hygiene.
It really is.
What are you doing with your hands after?
Is at everything.
Oh my gosh, it's just uh, whoa.
Let's
It's
let's
just
let's let's just unfold this. Okay.
yeah.
You go to the bathroom, use the bathroom. Number one, number two don't matter. Okay. We just gonna use, in your mind, think about both of them. Use the bathroom, flush the toilet. You don't touch the sink because you ain't washing your hands. Turn off the light, shuts the door. Goes, touches whatever. She may be going to the kitchen, to the refrigerator to get something to drink. Now your refrigerator nasty. And this is how people get E. coli, right?
I didn't even think about all that. I was just thinking about it being nasty. But when you when you lay it out like that, like her
Yeah,
whole path of where she might be going and what she might be doing,
yeah,
but no problem because she's not touching anything. But what she is touching is the tissue,
that too.
huh?
That too.
Let's talk about that.
Let's,
She's touching the
amen,
tissue.
church. Amen,
She's
church.
touching the tissue, is she not? I mean, who last used that tissue? Was a husband in there? Did he take off some tissue and then blow his nose and maybe grab some more? Did he sneeze on the tissue while he was sitting on the toilet? I don't know what the tissue roll is in relation to the toilet seat.
Right.
I mean, to the toilet itself, but it's a lot to think about.
It really is. Like, you're spreading germs all over your house, and sure enough, they are your germs. That is your house. People come to your house. You
That's
having all
true.
these, and this is probably what they were thinking about. You're having all of these gatherings. Now people in your house touching your nasty stuff, touching your TV remote, your doorknobs, your refrigerator, your cabinets, your couch, touching everything that people touch because they have to. Girl, you done used the bathroom, got E. coli on your hands, done went and set up on the couch, rubbing it all on your
Made her
couch.
husband
A
a sandwich.
sandwich. She made him a sandwich with her E. coli hands, friend. But not to take it even further. You go get in your car. You use the bathroom, go get in your car. How many times do we use the bathroom before we go somewhere? They always say use the
I
bathroom before you
do.
go.
Right before I go, I swear I'm like my bladder is weak or something. I just got to.
Yeah. So now
Yeah.
you going to get in the car, getting it all on the inside
But
of your
maybe she
car.
wash her hands then, friend, because then like she's leaving the house at that point.
Friend,
So maybe she wash her
if
hands.
she ain't washing her hands, mm, just in general, she ain't washing her hands.
You don't trust it.
Don't trust her at
You
all.
don't trust that
Don't trust
it's
her
not
at
just when she in the bed.
friend. I don't trust her at all. She says she don't use the bathroom. I mean, don't wash her hands when she uses the bathroom. All right. So anything else you
Okay.
want to say about that particular part? Because there's more.
You can go ahead. I don't. I mean, I think nasty is enough. Nasty.
Just
Okay,
nasty.
I'm done. Nasty.
Just
Period.
nasty. And also, we'll put the video in the show notes. I want y'all to go through and read those comments. And remember,
Oh, remember
the comments are golden.
where it's at. That's where it's at.
So don't forget to go to the comments. All right. She comes back later, and I'm not exactly sure. I'm thinking maybe they were talking about stuff that they regret or things they regret talking about. I didn't see that part, but I did hear her say this. She said that she regrets talking or having the conversation about washing your hands.
Okay, so this was on a more recent episode when she said this thing.
I feel like okay, so some of the comments were from like 5 months ago, so I'm not really sure how old this whole conversation is.
Oh. Oh, so this is something that might have crept up. Oh, I was thinking that it was something that came about
If she
during
was
these times,
friend,
like during this whole COVID-19 thing, and I was like, that was very careless to say. So this is just something that crept up again,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Which like, and I know you're not saying that it doesn't matter. This is just me because some people may be like, it doesn't matter. It was a long time. No, it doesn't matter because if she
Oh
wants
no,
to wash her hands, then she ain't washing her hands now.
oh no, I was just
Yeah, no,
saying.
yeah. I know you were saying,
But
but
here's the thing: the internet lives forever, so you got to be careful. I mean, that's just nasty. Period. It shouldn't take a pandemic to make you wash your hands, which I feel like it really has. It's funny and I mean, it's one of those things that you assume people will do, but people nasty. And then I've been seeing a lot of comments about it, and then I've seen a whole instructional video on how to wash your hands.
I was just about to
It's
mention
very
that.
interesting. The
Yes.
one with like the black
Yeah,
guy or
that one.
whatever. That was real cool.
It'll be
I
in the
mean,
show notes.
some people need that. Yeah. So
Go
we'll
ahead and
definitely
say
put that in there.
I keep saying about the show notes. I want to hear you. I say it because I'm mocking you because you always say
Oh, my bad. Well, they're gonna be there.
it.
The
But
show notes is where it's at too.
for real. Yeah, for real. Everything you need to know is in the show notes. But yeah, I was gonna actually mention that. It's really weird because I watched that video probably 2 days ago, and in my mind I'm thinking, do people not wash their hands like this? Like, why do they need this? Yeah, I'm just like,
Because people might be passively washing them.
what does that
So
mean?
I get it. It's not something you really give thought to because it's something you've done over and over and over again. Sometimes when it's something you've done, you're gonna do it on autopilot. You're not really focused on what you're doing, so you may not be doing a great job at it. So maybe with somebody seeing that video, at least key into them. Because if you start washing your hands terrible as a kid, then maybe you never start washing them great.
That's
Because
true.
I have to sit up there and watch Ian. I'm like, nope. Like I'm deducting points.
Yeah.
Like, nope, that's not it. Because he's getting older. I'm not about to walk in the bathroom. Now, public restroom, I never leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Of course, but like I'm not about to be watching over him wash his hands. I need to know and trust that he's doing it like he's supposed to. He's 11. Like, dude, I ain't trying to be in there with you. You getting a little bit too old for that.
Yeah.
I don't need to see you. So
Yeah.
you go ahead and use the bathroom and wash your hands. But if you got something you started doing a certain way when you were young and you never switched it up, then maybe you're terrible at it. And maybe you had a lot of pink eye and other all
I
other
know,
types
like,
of stuff.
well, and that's the so it made me think about how I wa and I it made me think about how I wash my hands, and I literally wash my hands like that video.
Me too. But
Like,
I definitely checked myself though, because I was like, I'm not gonna think about it, I'm just gonna do it. And I was like, yep, I'm good. I gave myself a score.
yeah. Well, and so
Did pretty well.
this is what made me think about it is because, I was watching the video and I was like, "Ah, that's how I wash my hands." So it was just, like, confusing to me that people don't wash their hands like that. Like, I literally even when we're playing the game, I know that we have a set amount of time between matches, and, I run to go use the bathroom, but I'm gonna sit there and wash my hands, though.
Yeah, that's why I might not like we playing Fortnite, I might not jump out, or that's why I get shot at the beginning of Call of Duty or something, because I might be washing my hands, because that's more important, especially considering the fact that I'm gonna come back and have my hands on my controller. And then, I'm gonna come back and have my hands on my controller. Then I'm gonna go to the kitchen to get something to eat and have my hands on the controller. Like, I'm sure the controller is nasty enough already,
Right.
let alone it, me having not washed my hands on multiple occasions. So the fact of the matter, man, like, all of this, folks, wash your hands. You've been hearing it a lot. The life you save may be your own. So make sure you're doing that. Let's flatten that curve. We of course didn't want to, we trying our best not to get into COVID-19, but I mean, that's life right now. But when y'all listen to this, we at least want you to be able to escape that some. So let's just do our part to help flatten the curve. Stay your butt at home, wash your hands, be mindful of what you're doing, take care of yourself, take care of each other. And again, we're going to get through this through prayer and persistence. We're going to get through it. So just do what you need to do. And that's my public service announcement for this episode.
Good job. So let's get back to this video. So she says that sorry, we totally got off. We
I
went off.
mean,
I mean, it wasn't off
naturally.
topic, but
I mean, we're going to go somewhere with it. That's what we do, though.
yeah.
So,
So yeah, so she was like she regrets that conversation or whatever, right? So then she was like, that's let me clarify. She's like, I specifically said that at night when I wake up and go use the bathroom, I don't wash my hands. Friend, that ain't what she said. And don't get me wrong. I've done extra work, I've done audience work, I've done stuff like that. I understand that things are edited, but this conversation gives no hint of her saying that she was talking about at night. Because if you watch the video, the first video, she is talking. She's so proud of herself, and you can see it. You can see it, and you can hear it. She's so proud of herself for being like, because when people are like, "Oh, I'm different," like they like that, even though it can be something stupid. Like she's so proud of herself for being the person who doesn't wash her hands, and she's so confident in that. Um, that like the context is right there. You're not talking about at night. That's not what you're talking about, and we can tell by what you're saying in this video that that's not what you're talking about, right? So, so again, the comments are there, but like Lonnie Love, actually all of them, all three of the other ladies were like, no, that's not what you said.
oh, so they was holding her.
They were holding her accountable because that's nasty. And Tamara was actually like, I guess they went somewhere recently, and she was like, "Yeah, I actually thought about you saying that you didn't wash your hands at this event or wherever they were." But yeah, so whenever you mention that about her, because she basically lied. Ain't no basically in it. She lied, right? And that's what some of the comments was like. Somebody was like, "Did you see that she clarified?" And another comment was like, "Yeah, and she lied." But um and whenever you said that about, no shade about the husband or whatever, it made me think about something else outrageous that she says, and is this, I really think that she should, because I don't dislike her. She's actually one of my favorite people, because she seems kind of, she seems kind of down to earth, but one of my favorite people on the show, let me say, but she has a tendency to talk too much. And friend, what's your favorite phrase about being quiet?
It don't cost $1. It literally costs nothing to shut the hell up.
I've used that so much lately. And like I've actually typed several Facebook posts that I end up like saving a draft or deleting that say that.
I mean, that's true. And I mean, we could all use that. I could definitely have used it, because I mean, a lot of times what you say will cost you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But shutting the hell up won't cost you much.
It won't cost you much.
Or anything at all.
Exactly. Or nothing at all.
Of course, it's situational. Sometimes you don't need to be quiet.
Yeah.
But one thing about becoming mature is knowing when to shut up.
Amen, church.
And when to show out. Amen. All right.
Amen, church. That's real though. And like, and I'm even guilty of talking too much, and I need to shut up, which is why I can say that it costs nothing to shut up.
For sure. And I mean, I think like, and that's something, I mean, I guess for me and you, when we do say something like that or give some type of advice, we're not only talking to you, we're talking to ourselves too, except for this whole hand washing thing. That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. I mean, we already wash our hands, but when we say wash your hands, well, I guess we're still talking to ourselves. But anyways,
but no, but I think we also can like vouch for each other that we literally are avid hand washers. Like I see you wash your hands, you see me wash my hands. Like I wouldn't, I never, if you were to cook, I would never question whether you were using good hygiene while you were cooking. You know what I mean?
That's nasty. I'm just trying to think, like, if I did have a friend who cooked something and I had to be like, did they wash their hands while they was cooking this? Like, I'm sitting there, I don't have any friends.
Well, let's just talk about associates. We won't talk about friends. We'll talk. Do you know anybody like that?
I mean, I just have friends. I don't, so I don't really have bandwidth for other folks.
Talk about the bandwidth.
Yeah. But yeah.
No, I know people like that, and that these aren't necessarily friends, necessarily associates, maybe people I know in passing, but I know people like that. Like, okay, so I'm okay. Y'all should know by now. I would think that y'all would know by now. I'm not judgmental, open-minded. I'm just whatever. But there are certain things that will just like disgust me. And it's really no coming back from it. If I see you do something nasty, like in the kitchen, or that would just make me question whether you are clean when you cook, there's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that, friend. None. And I know people you couldn't pay me to eat some of their food. And that's saying a lot, because a couple of days ago I had to feed my dad's dog, and like this was a different dog food, and it was like smelling really good, and it felt like the texture felt really nice. And I was like, I kind of want to taste this dog food just out of curiosity, because I know the dog food is made from like meat, like real meat. So I tasted the dog food. So to say that I would not eat somebody's cooking is a lot, because I've tasted dog food recently. I mean, did it when I was a child too, but
So basically, if Trina won't eat your food, please check yourself. That's
don't
what we
judge
get
me
from
because
that.
I tasted that dog food. Y'all put y'all's mouth on worse things.
Whoa. Okay. All right. And on that note, okay, let's move on then.
I didn't say what I could have been talking about. People eating chitlins.
It doesn't matter.
No,
people know exactly
you don't know what I meant. Okay, you don't know what I meant. So back to, it doesn't cost anything to shut the heck up, and I'm gonna finish this because this is going longer than I expected. But there was rumor. There were rumors about her and her husband, like cheating before they got married or whatever.
And when you say cheating, you mean
he
he
was
was
married.
married
Yeah, he was married.
and they were involved while he was
Yeah.
married to another woman. Okay.
Yes. I don't even remember all the details because this was like so much water has passed under the bridge since then. But I do remember her saying, like, she wanted to. She always feels a need to clarify isn't the word, but she does feel a need to clarify things. But she always feels a need to like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. If I come up with the word later, I'll tell you. But she always feels a need to say something to make things all right. And I think that's her problem. Sometimes
You
just
should
be
try to give
quiet.
a justification to it then.
That's it. Justification.
Good job. I got your back.
Thank you. That's why you're my friend. I got you back. Little Call of
Hmm.
Duty. But she said that people were saying she was trying to say that they were married already because he's also a gospel artist. So, should be living a Christian lifestyle, whatever. But anyway, so she like people were saying that they were. I think this is what it was because I can't remember exactly. But people were saying that they were not married at the time, and she was like, "We were married. The reason that you could not find it is because we filed our." I think she said they filed their marriage license under different names or under their initials. It was something that I'd never heard of before, and it didn't sound believable. And at the time, I even looked it up because I was just like, that doesn't really sound right. And I don't want to be sitting here thinking this girl, excuse me, is just lying. So I'm gonna look it up. But whatever she said just didn't sound right. So it leads me to believe that she should just be quiet sometimes because it makes things even worse.
Don't cost a thing. She should do that. She got a lot of money, but she could save it. Okay.
Moving on, friend.
All right.
Yeah.
So cool. So I got something I would like to do. Some more questions. It's 10 of them. So I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite podcasts. It's the Friend Zone podcast with Hey Friend Hey, Asante, and Dustin Ross. And I've been listening to them for a couple years now. But this past week, they did an episode where Asante took over and he had this cool idea. And the title of that episode is Inside the Podcaster Studio. If y'all want to check it out, it's the Friend Zone podcast. You can find them anywhere that you find podcasts. And you can follow them on Twitter at Friend Zone Pod. And then I'll put their individual handles in the show notes as well. Hey, friend. Hey, Asante. And look at Dustin if you need to know. But what he did is he basically took the questions that James Lipton asked people at the end of Inside the Actor Studio. If you don't know who James Lipton is, if you see his face, you probably recognize him. But he was the host of Inside the Actor Studio for a number of years, from 1994 to 2018. And basically, what he would do is have actors come on, and he would like interview them and talk about, the craft, and he would have all these like cool details that he would know about them, and they'd be looking at him all crazy, like, how'd you even know that type deal. But just a great show. He's had interviews on there with the likes of Harrison Ford, Robin Williams, Halle Berry, Will Smith, Francis Ford Coppola, just to name a few. And it's kind of cool. In the past couple years, I guess he had fallen ill. I'm not really sure why he stepped away from the show. But the past couple years, they've had to where it's basically actors interviewing actors. So that's been really cool. But you can find all the episodes on a network called Ovation now, which I'm going to check out because since I'm asking these questions, I'm going to ask Trina these questions just a few moments. I want to see, what some of the greatest actors of our time, I want to see how they answered those questions. So
Yeah.
again, shout out to Asante and the Friend Zone podcast for this, but we're going to get in this real quickly, and I'm going to ask you first, and I'll also answer them. But are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So the first question is, what is your favorite word?
My favorite word is um Money.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. That's not my favorite word. I just couldn't think of nothing else. I do love the word Jesus. I do love the
Okay.
word Jesus. It's come in
Something
handy.
sweet. Something sweet
Yeah.
about that name. Amen. My favorite word, I would say, um, and I had the questions, and I'm still sitting up here like this, right? I had the questions, and I heard,
Queso.
the friend zone folks answer the question, and I'm still stuck.
Your favorite word is
Queso
queso.
is definitely my favorite food, but my favorite word, I think I would say love is my favorite word.
Okay.
Because I mean, I love love, and I love to, I don't shy away from telling my friends I love them. Um, that's what my dad taught me, and when people love you, it's just I don't know, it's just something about that. People truly love you, and I'm loved by many, and got a great support system. So
I
I would
love
say
you,
that love is
friend.
definitely, man. I love you too. I think it's just I would say that's my favorite word. Um, it has not lost its meaning for me. So yeah. The next one is, what is your least favorite word?
My least favorite my least favorite word is no.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing for me, but it don't really sound right. I
I didn't even
mean,
I didn't even have to think about that one. Would you say
yeah, I
no?
don't like being turned away for things that I need or want. So no, or lost, or declined, or any those negative words, I do not like them.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. It's more of a thing of like just negativity in general. So, you know, just things that are negative.
Okay, cool. All right, next one. This is, and you can answer this in any way. Just keep that in mind, right?
Okay.
What turns you on?
Hey, y'all can't see me,
See?
but my eyebrows are moving up and down right now.
So,
Mhm.
and that does not have to be
I
sexual.
know.
Let me note that.
I'm just being weird because that's me. I'm weird. What turns me on? Hmm, that's a good one. Let's see. Dang, like it's on the tip of my tongue. There's a word that I'm searching for that I can't find right now. Give me a second. Let me think.
There's a word.
Yeah, there's a word. Like I'm picturing this. I'm picturing like the actions of this word. Let me come back to this one.
Okay. All right. So what turns me on?
Queso.
That's no. That's no. I mean, I do
Just
like queso a lot, but no. What turns me on? Um, I guess just sincerity turns me on, and that's just I appreciate that. And when people are just you can sense how sincere they are in their actions and their words. That turns me on. Still need to you got it? Did it come
man,
back to you?
no,
Or
it's
no?
not coming. And it's I know that I'm like for me to say that I'm like visualizing the actions of this word may be weird.
Yeah, I'm confused.
But no, like I can literally in my mind think about what it is that turns me on, but I can't like put it into a word. We'll come back to it.
Okay. What turns you off?
Lying.
Yeah, I definitely don't like people that are deceitful, and I don't like deceitful actions. So yeah, because I mean, typically, if we're talking about relationships, was romantic relationships, there's no need to lie to me. Like I'm straight up and down about things, so I definitely don't like that. So that definitely turns me off, and I don't like lying. Period.
Yeah.
Just tell me the truth. I can handle it.
Yeah, and that goes into like you said, romantic wise as well as just like in general, people lying and being deceitful. Like nobody wants to deal with that. I mean, some people do, but I don't want to deal with that. So it's just a turn off overall.
All right. What sound or noise do you love?
I love, I love, I have several, but I'm gonna say this. I love the sound of like it's this little sound that puppies make. when they're pretty young, and I just love the sound. And I actually so lately I've been saying to myself, I really miss the sound that puppies make when they're young. Isn't that crazy?
Well, you got to go get a puppy then.
I know, but you told me no.
Yeah, not right now. You good. You can get one later. Get you by your house, and then you get you one, and just make sure it's not a big dog that I'm gonna have to fight every time I come visit.
You already
Like I
know.
have to, like I have to fight Helen's dog
You already
whenever I go visit her. Shout out to Blackberry. He that's the homie. But goodness gracious, he does not know how big he is. But
bring it.
all right.
You already know I
What?
want a huge dog.
Mm, mm,
Okay,
mhm.
what sound do you love, friend?
I love my son's voice.
Of course.
That's why I didn't say that earlier, because I was
Uh,
like, I know I'm gonna answer that. But yeah, I just love, like, I just listen to him sometimes. Like, I swear, it's like I just still can't believe that he's real. 11 years later, sometimes I look at him, I'm like, this dude, and then we'll be on the phone, and I just love his little voice. It's like, I don't know, it's just something. So even when I'm upset, I still be like, oh, it's like such a sweet little
I
voice,
know.
but
Yeah, I know.
he in trouble right now.
I'm aware.
But yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite sound. What sound or noise do you hate?
People smacking drives me crazy.
Yeah, that's actually a condition.
Yeah, I read that before. No, it really like it really triggers something inside of me and just makes me want to rage. I hate the sound. Like it's triggering right now. Like I'm being triggered. So tell me what sound you hate.
It's called misophonia. I just looked it up.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
called misophonia is a disorder in which certain sounds trigger emotional or physiological responses that some might perceive as unreasonable given the circumstance. So that's what it's called.
Yeah,
So I do know a few people that have that affliction.
man.
That's why I try to be mindful of that.
I never heard you smack before.
I try to be mindful of it.
Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Whenever we're playing the game, and you would be like,
That's why I mute myself.
and I'm like, and friend, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry how I react.
No, it's a condition.
And
I get
I
it.
know that I'm a butthole. I'm such a
No,
butthole to Reg whenever he used to smack on the mic, but it would just trigger something in me, and I'm like, dude, won't you mute your mic? But
it's a
friend, I
condition.
promise. Thank you for understanding. I promise. I'm really sorry because I know that I'm
Girl,
to you about it. I feel bad. I stop. I feel bad.
okay. What's the sound or noise that I hate? Trina apologizing over and over and over again for things that I feel are not the biggest deal in the world.
We're not
That's
gonna
one of
talk.
my that's one of the sounds that I hate.
I know you tell me that all the time.
So we're gonna stick with that. I don't know what I was gonna say before, but that's what I'm going with now. All right. So moving on to the next one. What is your favorite curse word?
I don't have one.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think you don't really curse a lot.
Yep.
It's like when I feel like when you start cursing, you be like real pissed off. So when you start cursing on the game, it's like everybody get quiet and they be like,
I know.
think
I
we all be chuckling about you cursing. It's kind of funny.
that's always been so. Like I had a friend one time. I don't I called them sentence enhancers, okay? But she was like one day she was like, "Oh, Trina's cussing," and I love it. Shout out to
Yeah,
Brittany Daly for that. But
yeah.
yeah,
Shout out to Brittany. She's cool. Yeah.
yes. But like every now and then we'll like just repeat that to each other because it's hilarious. But yeah, no.
I enjoy it too. I can understand where Brittany's coming from because I do enjoy it. Can't lie. And that's when you know you gotta just be quiet. Let you
Don't
run through
start.
that. Let it run its course and keep it moving after.
Whatever.
Um,
What's yours? I know
what's my favorite word?
What's my favorite word? Why they gotta say it like short?
All right, moving on to the next question. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Okay, do I have to just say one?
No, you can say more than one.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I should not say like acting, directing, writing because I'm actively pursuing that. But I've always wanted to be an alternative medicine doctor. So much that but actually this week I've been looking into it. Something that I've always wanted to do for years. Um, life happens and then I'm always brought right back to it. That and life coaching. Like whenever I graduated high school, I wanted to be a volleyball coach and a life coach. And like I've really been brought back to it several times, just, you know, stuff to do before I can get there.
Got you.
What about you?
Profession that I like to attempt other than my own. I mean, honestly, I would like to. I don't know if I want to be like a mechanic and do like regular maintenance all the time. Like sometimes, maybe, but like I do enjoy, tinkering and things like that. But what I would really like to have is a garage that does like modifications. Like, and I'm talking about like just tricking things out. Like have been a Honda guy for most of my life, so stuff like that. Just adding like little accent lights and putting LEDs all in the trunk and stuff like that, and then doing engine work. It's like add cold air intakes and just stuff like that, and exhaust and stuff like. I really enjoy that. So if I could attempt any other profession, it would definitely be something like that. Or in the extreme, be like on a pit crew. That'd be crazy. Like, that'd be crazy to be on a pit crew because they just, man, how fast they get those cars out of the pit is ridiculous. I love watching it. I had the opportunity to go to a race a few years back and I was right there in the pit. And it was just like, when you blink, they was gone. But yeah, if it was something I could attempt, it would be something in that area. And hey, maybe I'll do it one day because, I bought my shift knob for my project car that I'm going to get one day. And who knows what might come from that. Even if it's just a personal garage and I just do things for my own, for my own vehicles and just people I know, it doesn't have to be like a business, but it's something I like to do for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and also we've got our experience with that.
Yeah, we've done a few projects
Mhm.
for sure. So it's been cool. Like the few things that I've learned with those projects I've done in the past. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing more. All right. So what profession would you not like to do?
What profession would I not like to do? Let me think about that. Let me think. It would be something that's like unethical, you know, like one of those professions.
It's got to be something.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I have to. I'm a thinker, friend. What you tell me the other day? At always thinking.
Always thinking.
What's a profession I wouldn't want to do? I would not want to. Oh, I would not want to be a veterinarian. Let me
Yeah.
tell you why. I actually, all my life since I was a child, wanted to be a veterinarian. The reason that I finally decided against it once it was time to like decide my path for college was because I knew that I would have to put animals down. And although you're putting them down for their own good, that's not something that I would want to do. So, yeah, veterinarian something.
Got you. Okay. Um, what would I not like to do? I mean, I cannot lie to you, man. Especially right now, dealing with this pandemic, I would not want to be a nurse or a doctor or anybody in the medical field. Those folks, they deserve all the flowers, all the bonuses, all the vacation once we get through this. Many people in the medical field in my family, it's been, they hadn't been able to stop going to work. They're not working from home. They're in there, they're around it. They're basically on the front lines of a war. And this is just this time right now. I wouldn't want to be in the profession when everything's good and they're just doing like they're doing like they're doing like regular, just regular routine type deal. I just not something I want to do. Just the things that they have to deal with. I mean, my aunt once said that, you know, a career in nursing can be great, but you got to go through some shit to get there, literally and figuratively. She said that once before, when years ago. I think this was even before my sister became a nurse. But you know, sometimes it's a thankless job, and they work long hours, and you know it can be tough on their body and just the stuff they have to deal with, and you know you need the patients you deal with can sometimes be unruly and just nasty, you know, both in their attitude and whatever's going on with them. So yeah, definitely not a profession I would like to do. But I have so much respect for everybody who's been doing it, who's out there doing it now, and who will be doing it for many years to come. Okay, so this last one. What would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Welcome home, my good and faithful servant. And also, which I know that like whenever you go to heaven, it's not gonna be a thing of like God telling you or knowing whether like family members made it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I would like for him to be like, your whole family made it. You know what I mean?
You're gonna be like, show me the list, dog.
No, I would not. I would not. I
Show
mean,
me the
although
list,
he's
bro.
not gonna lie, but
Mm-hmm.
I just like to know that I and my friends and my family made it because that's one of my prayers. What about you?
Just job well done. Simple. That's it. And I hope that I'm able to look down and see that I made an impact on the world. That's it. That's been my goal for a long time now. Never really, you know, and I still don't. I still don't know how I'm going to make that impact that I want to make. But, you know, I always say I want to have it like just to where I'm touching lives and I continue to touch lives many, many years after I'm gone. So that's definitely something that I want to do. And that's just me. You know, that's what I would like to leave for the world. And, you know, as far as my son and my future children, because I don't know. You never know who I don't know. Maybe I have more kids, but I want Ian to be happy that I was his father. And I would like God to tell me, like, you did a great job with that. And he's very thankful. And, you know, you broke a cycle and he will be a great father. His kids will be great parents and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's the end of those questions, man. Again, shout out to Asante for having that idea and doing that on their podcast this past week. Shout out to James Lipton. Rest in peace to him. He passed on the 2nd of this month.
Yeah.
So prayers to his family and friends and to the industry that he impacted. But on that note, friend, I think we can wrap it up right here. Episode 8 is in the books. So as always, follow us on the socials, Dove Square Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, DoveSquarePodcast.com. You can view the website there. You have links to all of the different directories that the podcast is in. And you can even click the listen button in the top right, and you can listen to the podcast in your browser. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reggie is who, or you can just check out the website whoisreggie.com. And you can find Trina on the socials, Twitter and Instagram at ATWatch101. But if you guys have any ideas for the show, any feedback you want to give us, you know, shout outs, anybody you want us to shout out because they're doing great things in the world, let us know. Until next time,
Wash your
take care of
hands.
yourself.
You filthy
Wash your hands. Wash your hands whenever you wash your hands, period. If you here's the thing, good rule of thumb. If you have to ask, should you wash your hands? Wash your hands. That's it.
Simple.
If that question ever hits you, should I wash my hands? Yes.
Do people really
Do
be
it.
like, should I wash my hands?
I'm just saying, just in case somebody out there needs to hear this. If you know somebody, I tell you what, if you know somebody who don't wash their hands, just hit them with this podcast episode. Be like, hey, I just want you to listen to my friend's podcast. So you need to listen to this podcast. This podcast is great. And maybe they'll get something from it. But come on, folks. That's simple things we can do.
They might feel bad, friend, because I brought it down kind of hard on Adrian.
It doesn't matter.
I do enjoy Adrian, but she nasty, okay?
Well,
nasty.
Yes. So, but yeah. But wash your hands, stay at home, social distance. You know, if you're feeling ill, take proper steps. You can find out more information on the CDC website. I'm sure your local news stations have information. Just do a search, just like you search for that latest meme. Search for everything else. And that's going to be it for us.
Another one in the books. Love you for listening.
Y'all take care.
Bye.
Bye.